Today we find ourselves exploring what remains of a quiet home in the countryside. We received a tip about this location from a fellow explorer by the name of Freaktography, and although we had little to no information on the history of this house, the unique items we found throughout the home helped paint a picture of what life was like between these walls before everything was lost. Join us as we take a look at what was left behind. Just made our way inside this abandoned house, and as you can see right by Ty's head there's actually full power to this house. Now we just did a full reconnaissance, and there's like quite literally there's a bunch of lamps and stuff plugged in and on. You can see this house is very clearly abandoned. So to find another house with power that's abandoned is just wild. We're standing in what I'd assume would be their living room. You can see they had a chair and probably a couch along this back wall. And then you can see like an old TV stand. These old handheld camcorders here. Sanyo. And you'd load the cassette into this sleeve. It's kind of closed now. Then you had your microphone and your lens, and your hand would go there. It's just such a old piece of technology. It's crazy. And then this one had the view screen, so you can see that would flip open, and you can see I'm pretty sure my dad had one of these. Filmed the family videos on old cassettes. Panasonic. Here we have like, it looks like some family photo albums. You can see they have like old leaves.
Looks like it might be a wedding.
Yeah, the people that used to live here. You can tell the photos are old because they're Polaroids, and like just these are like cut out. Look at the massive cobwebs that extend in this doorway. It's like an arch of cobwebs. I don't think my camera can pick all of them up, but you can see like spiders got to work here. I'm trying not to get it involved in my hat, but it like quite literally wraps all the way around.
Does this make it worse or better?
Oh, that helps, because if you shine it on that side. You think that these webs had to have been started before the house was even abandoned. It looks almost like a little study or a den. It's got kind of like the twin doors there that would probably lead into a bedroom of sorts, or some sort of other room. But you can see there's like dressers, fireplace, little desk here with some bits and bobs on it. Come be my follower. Just having a light bulb dangling from the ceiling on in this abandoned house is wild. Okay, well, it looks like the shelves are relatively cleaned out. Yeah, so it doesn't look like there's much in the shelves, but you can see probably what the contents were. They had like Vicks Vapor Rub and like various probably medicines in this cabinet. You can see these pills. I don't really want to touch too much of that stuff, but they have these orange capsules. Look at this old razor. It's like an old handheld, like solid metal razor. You can see behind these mattresses here where some of the walls actually come apart, and you can see the old lath and plaster slats here that are poking through just to show the age of this home. There's like no insulation between the walls, but just the plaster walling and the slats.
I'm really curious to know why a lot of, if you look at the ceiling line, everything's very curved.
Oh yeah, they have, so the corners, it looks like they put in another piece of drywall to sort of like
Yeah.
curve the corner, but then they didn't do it in that far corner. They just have it in these two, that kind of like parallel this twin door here, which is strange. Getting into this next room on the main floor here.
This is the counterpart to that, the closed door we saw in the previous one.
It looked like they had some sort of bed set up here. And they had like their closet, various hanging stuff.
Yeah. This room almost tells a story, eh? Like they must have had a new addition to their home, or someone, a family member, starting to live with them.
Yeah.
Just with this closet set up and the kind of a quick makeshift bed thrown together.
Yeah, for like a guest. And holy,
Ooh.
look at this, Ty. This is like his whole rig. He had his PC on the bottom there. It's like an old, what you'd see in school with like the classic Acer mouse. You can see the keyboard. He had the desk with like the pop out keyboard.
Rubbermaid.
The floppy disks in there too. And then the old HP monitor.
Look at this. This is quite well preserved. This is beautiful. An old Canon.
Oh, it's an old... It's
Power
old,
Shot.
yeah, it's an old...
8300.
Is that a film camera?
I don't know. How do you even open these things?
Oh no, it was a card camera. You can see it. It's just old. Oh, they have... That's the old Canon. That's the card that would go in. I think these floppy disks have anything written on them.
Yeah, there's
Should be-
in these drawers, are there?
Some sort of telescope here. Or maybe it was a spotter scope for like hunting or something. Yeah, 'cause it has like the various distances. You can see none of the magnification is actually in it. There's just one protective lens. But you can see the mount plate here, or here rather. And then you'd put it on like a tripod. And it's probably too small for a telescope, but it would definitely probably be like a spotting scope or something.
Yeah.
Oh, these are
Those are badass.
old wireless
antenna.
headsets. Yeah, they got this old extendable antenna that would probably either pick up like direct radio or would connect to like a player of sorts. So it'd be like a wireless headset.
I'm not sure what year this was very popular in, but my grandparents had lots of furniture where it seemed to have like a floppy door knocker type handle.
Yeah,
It seemed to be quite aesthetic.
with the old vanity on the top too.
Yeah.
You can just tell the furniture is definitely set to a certain age. You can see even more power is left on up here.
This place is unreal.
Like there's like little lamps plugged in that are like just emitting light. And it's absolutely wild because like, it's like one in every like 200 houses you find.
Well, it was almost welcoming. Walking in immediately. Every, each level we've kind of been introduced to has been a lamp on. I love the wallpaper immediately of this place.
You can see the water damage that stemmed from the roof and onto this beautiful
This
wallpaper
is
on the
sick.
ceiling.
Look at this.
What?
Oh my god. Look at this old record player. The power on stuff.
No way. The needle's broken or else we might be able to fire something up. This room is probably one of the coolest rooms I've ever seen in an abandoned house. They have their hat collection from all over strung up on the ceiling there. It looks like they used to have a VHS collection that completely lined the walls here. Some more drawings, it looks like, of rail yard that sort of made up the wallpaper. Like you can see they have more of their creative drawings that decorate the walls. Just all the cool pieces in here. Like you can see they had some sort of like alphabet, some sort of drawings, and then this looks like a model aircraft carrier that they probably would have built. You can see the hot glue on all the little pieces here, so they definitely assembled this by hand. Just crazy.
I have never seen one of these before. This is a
TV lantern.
Multifunction TV lantern. So we have settings for radio, TV, lamp, or lantern. Some more, I guess, specific tuning measurements you can do here. And the classic antenna at the top. That is cool.
It's like a cordless phone here. No dial tone though. Sort of like, I think these are Laserdisc collections. The Slugger's Wife. He had like so many of them. I have no idea.
I can't even picture the machine you put that into. It's like an oversized cartridge.
Murder Decree. Bob and Carol, Ted and Alice. It's like, there's just a shelf, like several shelves of these.
Oh,
Clearly
that
had
looks really cool.
quite the collection. There's even more of their sketches under here, ones that didn't quite make the wall. It looks like he sketched his ship that he made, that's over there.
Yeah.
Along with a couple other cargo freighters. I wonder if he drew these designs out in advance or if he traced them. Maybe he drew like the original design and then he traced it onto a piece of paper so he could like duplicate it. Like see like these trucks or these mountains or whatever, so he didn't mess it up when he was like mid-drawing. It's very interesting. And I mean the detail is pretty good too. But yeah, now we'll move back a little bit further into... Holy, this bathroom is pretty dilapidated.
Yeah, it's pretty much caved in.
Yeah, the ceiling is just giving out. But I want to see if they still had a stocked vanity. Oh no. Relatively empty. Moving into what looks like another... This is probably turned into like another hobby room. Holy, look at this. They have the, so that lamp right there is on, but it looks like they had some mapping or cartography going on here.
Yeah, we got number 2 to London.
Oh, it's like the highway lines.
Oh, no.
So you probably had a big map here.
Somebody in the house had diabetes as well as an inhaler. I've noticed a few inhalers here and there.
Yeah, what does it say? Take clear incident Novo. 15 minutes before breakfast, lunch, and supper. Take 12 units of before each meal. Take cloudy insulin, green, NPH at 10 at night. Take 25 units of cloudy. So they'd like their medicine instructions and then also like, I'm guessing hospital instructions from like the diabetes education center.
I'm not sure what we have here, but... Watchtower, announcing Jehovah's Kingdom, the Joyful Nation. January 1st, 1991.
Oh, are they like religious magazines? Oh yeah, I think that's what it is. He has like all the volumes of like various religious magazines. Look, the man, Jesus' life and ministry. While here they had another big map. It's cool. They're all like old parchment, so they're very fragile right now. But it's like...
You can see a little bit of a... I'll pull this to say. Cram's panoramic map
of the world.
Mercator projection.
Because it's not laminated, it's like falling apart. So the map is kind of lining the floor here, along with more of his artworks. More items. Looks like he decorated this VHS with Who's the Boss is apparently the if you want to see if that's the actual VHS inside. He made his own like cover. Oh yeah. Who's the Boss? And I already like the pastel blue wall, and look at this. He's got more of his drawings and artwork. This was probably his actual bedroom. And you can see as the flags from different national parks. See another lamp pointing at the window there with some sort of transit system map on the wall. This vanity here. And oh, it still has like his old colognes and toothbrush and stuff. Aftershave, various colognes, soaps. That's awesome. Then more projector slides in an old, some sort of airplane. Ty found this old Colgate toothpaste, 39-cent special. I can only imagine how old that is. Some more of those cargo ships that we saw in the office room. And then is that Dolly Parton? Now we're moving back into what looks like a new addition of the house, and that they turned into the kitchen. And the first thing I'm noticing is, just like every other room in the house, this has power, and you can tell, because you can hear the fridge.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
You can see they still had all their sauces, some pepper rings, bromone mouse pellets, and like all their snacks and goodies.
That's pretty, obviously it's quite decrepit, but a lot of information is still left behind, right?
Oh yeah. And just seeing how, you can see the stages that the ceiling has been through. You can see they put this sort of like Bristol board over top of the lathe and plaster original ceiling, which was probably an addition of itself.
Yeah, you can probably see a label here. London Fog? London Foo? Fog, yeah.
Huh.
And it's quite robust. Like this feels, oh look at this label here as well. It's London Fog main coats.
Yeah, they're like old, bunch of old trench coats in here. Like, I don't know why you'd need so many. Maybe for his line of work. There's two of them right there. One on the door leading out and one on the closet door here. So he'd probably just run and grab his trench coat and then head out for work for the day. There is cobwebs covering everything, so I don't think anyone's opened these in quite some time. There's an old Zeller's bag. That company's been out of business for years. We were probably a few years too late on this kitchen here.
Yeah.
Because you can see the ceilings collapsed. A lot of damage that's done is water damage, actually, that's just dropped on this range style stove, and you can see the molding on the panel there. It's an old Admiral. And even this newer RCA microwave, which, by the way, has power, which is absolutely wild. But, yeah, you can just see the level of water damage. That's actually so dangerous, the fact that that's still plugged in, and, like, there's active leaking
Yeah.
in this section of the house. Like this place is just a fire waiting to happen, unfortunately. And a sink full of dirty dishes.
I mean, in a way, a lot of their counter space and furniture seems handmade. Like this counter itself, taking a step back, doesn't exactly look like they bought it, does it?
No, it definitely looks like.
Because it's almost built like a double layered desk, right?
Yeah.
And just, I don't know.
It looks like hand
That
cut.
finish looks hand cut and handmade.
Yeah, you can see like the offcuts here along the top. I don't really want to pull on too much. You can see this was like their cutlery drawer. It's covered in grime and grease, but quite literally everything. Oh my god. The amount of decay in this drawer with all their non-perishables.
They seem to have perished.
They really did. They had like the European style kitchen with washer dryer all in one. The stackable unit. And then you can see all their old, this was their
Plates.
cups and plates. Oh my, the cobwebs that have been made in here. It looks like they had an old berry basket, and look at how big these spider webs are. You can tell this drawer hasn't been open for quite some time. All right, now we're heading down into, it looks like this lower level here. The basement, oh my god, the stairs have fully collapsed. Can't get into the basement through this way, but I'm sure the other entry point, I hope they connect. Their old coats. You can see the leather even is starting to mold now. And then another second washroom we've seen in the house. Nothing too fancy. I wonder if the... No way, the fan's still running. It looks like this door is our only intact way of getting down into the basement. It definitely looks crowded, so I gotta be careful. And it's a very, if you're claustrophobic, you would not like this entryway. I'm just trying to have 3 points of contact in case something falls. Holy, it is crowded down here. Bye, Ty. It's gonna be tough to walk down here. But you can see there's just like bunch of the smell. It smells pretty pungent, like rotten vegetables. They have various jars and a sort of like beer case collection. The old pop shop, like the 1 liter bottles, the glass 1 liter bottles. Thankfully, this all connects. I just gotta squeeze my way through here. Oh my god. That scared the crap out of me. I thought it... Sorry, it's dusty down here. I thought there was someone laying on that shelf. Look at this old bench press. This is like Grandpa's garage here, with like the old water weights and like the tiny bench press. He had a ping pong table. This was very much like the basement hangout. See these old cans, like this Coca-Cola Winter Classic, President's Choice Orange Soda, C+ Wink, dartboard here that's kind of crusted away and leading into, holy, look at these cobwebs, but a fruit cellar. This mysterious house ended up leaving us with more questions than we had answers. Who were these people? Where did they go? Why did the house still have power? We may never be able to fully answer these questions, but through this explore, we were able to take a brief glimpse into the lives of these people and understand just a bit more of their story. Thank you for watching.